Hi everybody. The last time I told you something about distortion on simulation on the Sigma Studio board, and the distortion differences I showed you between hard clipping devices and soft clipping devices, and you could easily hear that the hard clipping device was more crackling sound for the guitar, and the soft transfer curve was much smoother decay of the guitar tone. Today I want to show you something. It's a difference of symmetrical clipping, soft clipping indeed, and asymmetrical clipping. Can we hear the difference or not, or are the difference very small? In what terms? I show you at first the transfer curve on the software and measure this and show you what is asymmetrical and symmetrical clipping. Okay, I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller here. So we have the environment here, and this is Sigma Studio. Again, it's programmed on this analog devices ADAU1452 DSP board. The guitar is connected to the sound card with a high Z input, and then line out to the board, and from the board back to the sound card. That's what you hear. So let's come to the transfer curves. Here we have two devices here. One soft clipping symmetrical device, which is here 0.7, 0.7, and the other one I can switch up. Here is asymmetrical 0.1 and 0.7 is the bottom and the top limits of this device. On top of this, I've given it a bias input, which is a DC source of 1 and scalable with this volume potentiometer to add this on top. So we have a bias where we can shift more to asymmetrical, and I'll show you what's it doing. So we hear a little noise here. This is a pulse of 2 periods of a sine wave, very short, and that gives us the possibility to show you the oscilloscope of XY screen. On the left here you see the screen. So this is the first one is symmetrical clipping, soft indeed. We have the soft curve here, and on the top we have asymmetrical clipping, and with this potentiometer I can even make it more asymmetrical. Yeah, we have a little asymmetrical curve here, and I put it to this value here, which is about -10 dB, -10. Okay, this is nice. And again, the symmetrical curve here is this. So, okay, I'm gonna switch over to the live input for guitar, and we have the same configuration here. We have two devices. Okay, one is symmetrical here, and one is asymmetrical here with the same values, and we have the bias offset. Oh, sorry, it had to be not minus, it had to be 1. So let's first look at the sine wave spectrum. Go to spectrum and switch this on. Okay, you can see the spectrum here of the symmetrical clipping device, and as you see here, the curve, when the distortion comes, you see 150 Hertz, and this is K1, and here is K3, K5, K7. So the odds are here, okay, or even, how depends how you count. All right. When I do to some asymmetrical, you see, whoops, there are the missing harmonics, and symmetrical, they're gone. So we fill up the gaps here. So this is a full spectrum. I don't know if you can hear any difference here. Make it louder. So this is there. You see, there are some subtle differences, but what does it make to a guitar? No clue. Okay, let's go to guitar. Oh, thank you. So we have the guitar. Indeed, we have a speaker simulation inside here. Is off. It's on. It's a bit better for the ears, and that's the relevant thing. Do we hear it with speaker? The speaker simulation I showed you last time is a simple parametric equalizer. It's the first approximation of a speaker simulation. High pass, low pass with little cues, and a little mixing EQ to make it more brilliant. Okay. Again, we come to this here. Oh, this is symmetrical clipping. Go to asymmetrical clipping. Symmetrical. I'll switch over and over. For me, I cannot hear it. If I make a blind test, I wouldn't hear anything. There is a slight difference in dynamic, I found out. I don't know if we can hear. It depends a bit how you play. Can you hear that? I mean, there is more subtle dynamic with the asymmetrical clipping, whereas the symmetrical clipping sounds a bit flat. Bit. It's astonishing how small the differences are. When you look at the spectrum, again, you see big differences. You could even hear some things. It's more nosy, is more full. But with the guitar, a little bit, right? A little bit. It's because the guitar itself has so many harmonics inside that, and they are filling the spectrum. You see, so it really doesn't matter so much what comes on top of that with the distortion. Okay, I go down with the volume. You even see the guitar itself has so many harmonics. I could have a look more. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, I go to the and look at beginning at 1000 Hertz to see just the harmonics. Symmetrical, asymmetrical. There you can see symmetrical, asymmetrical. comes at the lower distortion. So more in the lower level range, when the guitar levels down very much, you hear the difference of symmetrical or asymmetrical. Right now, you heard it? Yeah. Okay, let's level down the guitar. Asymmetrical. Asymmetric. Symmetric. Well, very small. Now we switch over to the multistage. What is this? Okay, there we have three stages. Preamp. There we have the splitter, modeling the splitter, and we have modeling the power amp. Power amp is symmetrical clipping usually. Splitter and preamp are asymmetrical clipping. Let's try what happens here if I switch over to symmetrical or asymmetrical clipping. Okay. Okay, just make it 0.7, 0.7, 7, 7, 0.1. Okay. Symmetrical. I can't do it so fast here. Okay. No. I have a thought, because I'm leveling so low that the first stages are not very much touched and not very much clipping. The only stage which is clipping is the last stage because of the whole gain structure here. So let's keep them here asymmetrical, and test this on the last stage. All right. Okay. Good. Let's concentrate on the last stage again. Asymmetric. Symmetric. More. Symmetric. Okay, I can hear something there. Maybe you too. That when I switch to the symmetrical clipping, I can hear more power, more energy. I think it's mainly because the whole transfer curve touches more higher level regions than the asymmetrical clipping, so you lose some power. Usually power stages are symmetrical because you want it loud. But in the preamp region here, I'm not hearing any difference. When I go to a different gain structure, maybe okay, I make this here 100, and and there are only 2, so we have the same overall gain. Now I'm driving the first stage very hard. Now I go to symmetrical. Symmetrical. Look at the spectrum. So it's more difficult to judge this here, I think. It was easier to look and hear it on the single stage. Because this... Yeah, when I go to sine wave, okay, here, and look at this. Very minor differences, okay? Because it's the whole thing, and you just change 1/3. Okay. Okay, if we go to all symmetrical clipping, zack, zack. Okay, oops. Now come on. Now, okay, now we have all symmetrical clipping. Let's listen to that. Right? Let's try. Now we go to all asymmetrical. Can you hear it in there? This sounds nice. Right. I can hear it. More flavor than if we have it all symmetrical. It's powerful, yes, but there's some nice crunch in there. Back to symmetrical. Right. So symmetrical. Play the same. Goes more in the Marshall direction, isn't it? Very powerful. And asymmetrical. Oops. Oh, do it. Oops. Oh, come on. 1 and 1. Right. Goes more to the Vox AC30. Very smooth. You agree? Right. Thank you very much. I think this was a good excursion here. And you see how it depends how you play and what is the topology of the overall structure of the distortion. Do we have a single distortion? Do we have 3 distortions in series? And do we have them all asymmetric or only one asymmetric? I think the biggest difference for me was to have them all symmetric in 3 or all asymmetric in series. Hope you agree. See you next time. Bye.